What is going on, everyone? So today I'm going to talk about this cryptocurrency called Safemoon. And you're probably wondering, is Safemoon a scam? Well, be sure to watch this video till the end to hear my thoughts. And this is not financial advice, guys. This video is for entertainment purposes only. And I'm only going to be sharing you with my opinions on what I think about Safemoon and just my overall look on it. So right off the bat, let's just give some background on it. This Safemoon, this cryptocurrency, has been all over social media. I've seen it all over a lot of the apps, and a lot of people are talking about it, but they're talking about it in ways that don't make any sense, right? Here we can see that the actual market cap, the circulating supply, is not updated right now, but just off the basic math, you can just take the current price, which is like 0.000068 times the total supply, and pretty much you can get an idea of what that would equate to. But here you can see fully diluted $4.2 billion, right? Now, if you've never heard of Safemoon before, then feel free for a roller coaster ride because you're going to see a lot of stuff. But if you've been following this for a while, I'm sure you have very strong thoughts on Safemoon and what you think about it. But I'm going to share you something because a lot of people get in the space early right now, at least this year, that have no idea what a white paper is. They don't even look at the company website, and they just see people on social media talk about stuff, and then they FOMO in, basically fear of missing out. And then next thing you know, they'll get caught with a bag, right? So the first thing I like to do is obviously check out the white paper. I clicked on this link for some reason. It seems like they updated their website before or whatnot, but basically this link doesn't work anymore. So I pretty much just went to the regular website, and this is the current site to date. So I don't know if they redesigned this or if they're going to change this in the future, but pretty much it's a basic website. Nothing, I'd say not the best looking, nothing crazy, but it's a website, right? Now, here's what I like really interesting, I think, about Safemoon is it's really difficult to explain to somebody. Like if I'm trying to tell my friends what problem Safemoon's solving, I really don't know how to tell them that, right? So usually what I like to do is go to the white paper, but let's just look at the site. So this is the site right here. It shows like, some fun facts, their roadmap, right? And also one fun fact I want to include before I, get into the details is based on CoinMarketCap data, they've only been out for literally like, what is this, March, April, like literally under 3 months, give or take, right? So a company, aka I'd say a cryptocurrency that has just started, literally not even beginning of this year, right? But literally March, and it's potentially the market cap's valued at 4.2 billion, right? Now I'll get into more of the stuff that a lot of people are gonna say, like, oh, they got this. Okay, well, I'll definitely look into that in a second, but I just want to look at what you can visually see first. So within, a few months, if someone were to tell you, hey, I could make this company worth $1 billion plus, would you believe them? I mean, there's one saying I've learned in the crypto space that has basically, this works for real life too, that's standing the test of time. And pretty much if it's too good to be true, then it probably is, right? So now, is Safemoon too good to be true? Again, it's too early to tell. We really don't have enough information, but only time will tell if I'm 100% wrong or if everybody who makes content on them were right. But at least right now, the data shows that it could potentially be too good to be true. So let's take a look at the site now. So this is the roadmap, cool, whatever, but there's not much, right? Literally, that's it, right? So it just started. But I want to look at the white paper, right? So usually when I think of white papers, it's like this full on, like, perfectly created documents that usually has a bunch of information regarding what the company's problem they're solving, their tech, developers can add to it, etc., right? And you click on it, and it's just another, like, about section pretty much on their website. So it's literally, it's not even technically, I would say, considered like a white paper. It's just like another section on the site. And then you can see here what they state. So this thing called Safemoon Protocol, and they just start going on with this misconception, assuming normal people know what this even is, right? So like I'm trying to read through here, and I'm just trying to pinpoint like what does it actually do, but it's really difficult to figure that out unless you do heavy research into technical terminology. But the API average is subjective to the impermanent loss from that staking and LP. So usually I've noticed a lot of these companies use very advanced terms, I'd say, or I wouldn't say so advanced, but stuff that like your normal friends who don't know much about crypto wouldn't just automatically understand right off the bat, right? And obviously you could research into this and learn more about it, but then they talk more about like this static, what problems it solves and all this, but it's so vague. And if someone can comment down below the comments like what problem they're actually solving, definitely please comment that down below. And then also include why you need a cryptocurrency for that. Because a lot of people don't realize, like a lot of these companies right now on CoinMarketCap and just cryptos in general, there's no reason to have cryptocurrency, right? Like it just doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like you make a company and then you just slap on a little token onto it. Next thing you know it, you're worth a lot of money, which is a lot of companies are doing literally right now, which I can show you some examples in the, later in this video. But just looking back at Safemoon, focusing on it, it's really difficult to tell you like what they really do. Now I wanted to deep dive into Reddit because you know the Reddit community, they like to deep dive into stuff and pretty much do their DD. And just this got some posts on here too. I mean, you could type in Safemoon and like legit or not thoughts on Reddit, whatever, and you'll find similar articles. But basically, this person has this little extra right here, says it exists to make money. And I'm just reading this straight off Reddit, right? So if this person is wrong, he could be 100% wrong. Feel free to correct him too. But he's stating that 5% of every transaction gets burned, 5% gets redistributed to previous holders. It has no fundamental reason to exist past this. If you think this is some kind of genius mechanism to make everyone money, you are misled. And then basically he said this thing feeds on itself with the money that gets invested from new investors to old investors. Now, that is a big red flag if that's actually the main concept of what they're doing, because it's essentially doesn't make much sense, right, to really exist, right, besides whatever gets burned, file gets redistributed, right? So I can't even explain like what this even does. Even reading this Reddit the due diligence, like I still can't even explain to you like what problem Safemoon solves, right? Like if you were to talk about some other cryptocurrencies like Dent, for instance, that one is actually a valuable product that even without cryptocurrencies, it wouldn't make sense. So like for instance, let me bring up Dent really quick because I could tell you what this cryptocurrency does in like one sentence with ease that a 2-year-old could understand. And basically, it allows you to access data without having to have a normal internet provider like a big phone company. So for countries where it's very difficult to access internet, guess what? Dent's trying to solve that problem pretty much. So that's something that's very easy to grasp, and you could easily tell somebody like, hey, this is the problem that they're solving, right? But for Safemoon, I literally can't really tell you guys what it does. So in terms of that like overall view, I think that's a something that for you to make your own decision. Again, guys, so I don't know. I could be 100% wrong on Safemoon, but just basing off what I can see today, it's just stuff that doesn't really make sense to me and that I wouldn't really mess with. But if you see some potential in this company and you see some next level stuff that you think is going to happen in the future, then so be it. That's your own research. But one thing I want to show you guys, so like this is their pretty much like their link to their white paper, right? And it's just like another link on their website. But then if you go to like a big company like Cardano, who's been out for multiple years, right? Not a couple months, and they've actually have guys who've been in the space that have tons of money, right? And they know exactly what they're doing. This is I'd say a more official white paper. Now, obviously, they've upgraded this as time has gone, but any of these top cryptocurrencies have legit problems they're solving, you can check out their white paper, and they're pretty legit looking. Like these are like documentations that like developers use, and then pretty much you can click next, go through it, and see everything. They explain what these things are, what Cardano is doing, and you can go in here and deep dive into that stuff, right? So that's something that you should look at compared to companies that are just brand new, because there's a lot of companies right now on the crypto space that are like ranked 2,000 plus that 99% of them will disappear. And if they aren't legit or they have a problem that just doesn't make any sense, they're probably not going to last very long. They could last quite a bit, but then eventually time's going to show who's really legit and who's not. Now, here's something I know is a lot of people. I checked out, I researched some comments to what people are showing. They're like, if you go to the team, which I didn't leave out, you guys can see their face publicly or whatever, right? So now, again, if you click on their LinkedIn's, like the first guys, it's literally like, apparently some of them looks like they have correlation, so like they know each other, but these photos, I mean, I don't know where these people are from. Maybe this guy looks legit. Who knows if these are Photoshop or not? I don't know. If there's any videos of these people like actually on camera on an interview, then obviously that would make more legitimacy. But for the most part, even if they are literally showing their face on camera, that doesn't make them legitimate, right? Because it's like people talk about in the comments, I've seen other videos where they're like, oh, they would never put their face out there. But there's a lot of companies in the crypto space over the years that have put their face on camera and they end up still being a scam. So that has nothing to do with the legitimacy of it, because it's like, why would somebody go rob a gas station without a mask? Because their face is on camera. Like, it doesn't make sense, yet they still do it all over the world. So that doesn't really change the fact whether or not the company is legit. The only thing we'll tell basically is time. That's the only way you'll know. And basically their actions. So I don't know too much about what these guys are doing on the back end and whatnot, but pretty much this is something. Here's a little fun fact article I want to show you guys. So this company, they raised 25 mil, and this one's called like Central back in 2017, and basically they got found as a fake it was ICO scam, right? So if you guys don't even know what ICO is, then definitely research that. But this stuff was common a lot in 2017, and even they got caught, right? So for people saying like, oh, they're public, whatever, it doesn't matter. If they end up actually doing things that aren't legitimate, like, they're gonna get onto you, right? So literally a company too worth billions of dollars. So that's something else to keep in mind, Safemoon. So if they were randomly just to, sell off, I don't know what their contract is in terms of like how much they own and what they are able to do, because there's a lot of other cryptocurrencies who have like a lockup period for developers where it's like X amount of years before they can even touch it, which makes the project more legitimate. Like here, there's nothing on this website that I saw. If there is a link, feel free to show me that. But if these founders have a huge chunk of SafeMoon tokens that they just want to exit off, it's like, what is really stopping them? I don't know. I don't have enough information on that regarding that statement to know whether or not what they can do with that, right? So that's something you definitely want to look into. And also one thing too, people say, oh, their face is on here, right? Which is cool, that looks cool. But again, it's just a profile picture. I'll show you guys this website right here. And check out this face, these people right here. So what do you guys think about these pictures right there? And what if I told you these people don't exist? These are all fake people. They're created by AI. And it's literally what a lot of people in the dev space, a lot of just people in general use to replace their face just because they don't want to have like, the actual face on there. And these are all fake. These people don't exist, right? These are literally AI generated photos. And they look 10 times more legit than, like even real people. These look like legitimately real people. And they're literally all AI created. These don't exist, right? So if you want me to show you something cool, and this is just like some random extra stuff, but I just want to show you guys this because a lot of people don't understand that there's new technology out there now where these people they don't exist. They literally are AI generated with multiple different features, I believe, with other people. And you can tell because some of these designs of these people's faces aren't like common countries. Like you can't really put them together because it's like a mixture of different people's features in one. But you can see these are all AI generated. So when you look at any sort of company and you see them on here saying that as a reason to say like they're legit, I think that's something you should definitely do more research into. Now, regardless if they're public or not, I don't think that really matters. I think the biggest thing I always like to look at is what problem are they actually solving, and then seeing that problem being solved, right? But from just a glance looking at what they do, I really can't. I have trouble trying to tell you guys what their problem that they're trying to solve is. But definitely, let me know any research deep dive articles that showcase the major problem that they're solving and why that would equate to the $1 billion market cap. Obviously, I don't have it here, but let me just bring it back up. Why would that even make sense to be worth even hundreds of millions of dollars? Definitely let me know in the comments below. And aside from that, be sure to like the video. Also, subscribe to the channel for more updates on the markets. And I'll see you guys in the next one.